Warning, we are about to spoil the entirety of El Mariachi. If you haven't seen the film and plan on watching it, leave now and come back later. But if you have seen the movie, or just don't care, then please, stick around.
Let's get these creative juices flowing.
You're drunk on wine, what's funny?
Pretty much anything at this point.
Exactly.
But see, I don't know if our audience is drunk on wine. If you are, we love you. If not, we love you.
You think they can listen to us sober?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Cinema Roulette. This is the 58th episode. We're almost at 60. Clap, clap, clap.
No one cares about 60. It's only 50s or hundreds.
It's, 50 or anything multiplied by 50. Or multiples of 50, I should say.
Multiple of 50.
Yes.
Cameron has been drinking.
I'm glad we're going to put that out there right off the bat.
Yeah, we mentioned it in Roberta.
Yes.
So.
Well, Roberta, we didn't mention it, actually. I had to put a text thing to mention it. So.
Oh, that's true. I don't think I edited in the audio version. So.
Okay. Well, either way, we're doing a Robert Rodriguez film today. Very famous for doing his own thing by himself and just being a one-man show. Yeah, this is his first film ever. El Mariachi.
Yeah. The fuck was that?
That was me whispering El Mariachi. It'll show up on the recording, don't worry.
Or I waited for you to say it the third time.
Or that too, but yeah, El Mariachi, ladies and gentlemen.
I was gonna say, rather, like, right off the bat, rather impressive for a first time and such a low budget.
Yeah, this is like a $7,000 budgeted film, or maybe like a little over that. But yeah, either way, honestly, like what he was able to do on such a shoestring budget. Probably literally shoestrings at that point, is so impressive. It's honestly fantastic. So
no wonder the dude thinks he can make a movie by himself.
Yeah, actually, like that would be a pretty good ego boost, wouldn't it? It's like, I just made a movie on $7,000 that actually turned out good and made over $1 million.
Yeah, it made $2 million, I think you said.
Yeah, it was like
office?
$2 million or some shit like that. And what he was able to do on this little tiny budget was actually really impressive, and it has quite a low budget charm to it. But we'll get to that after the synopsis.
The synopsis, which shouldn't take long, because surprise, the movie with a $7,000 budget isn't exactly complex.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll let you take it away.
Well, we're following the mariachi. That's literally why. Well, he's called El Mariachi, but El translates to the, so the mariachi.
Reminds me of a Chris Farley sketch from SNL where he's like, "Oh yes, we're going to." He's like he's like a weatherman talking about hurricanes. He's like, "Oh yes, we're coming south for El Nino." Yes, which literally translates out to the Nino.
God damn it. Well, technically, we don't start with the. If I say the El Mariachi, that's the mariachi.
Yes, it is.
But I have a feeling I'm going to say that multiple times and apologize in advance.
We're sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We're not too good with El Español.
But the film starts with, we're at a prison, like a cheap prison, and some guy, Azul? What's his name?
It's Azul.
Azul is talking to his boss, Moko. Moko?
One of the two.
Moko. I'm going with Moko
Okay.
because either that's right or it's funny or both. But his boss, Moko, a usual crime kingpin type dude. And Azul's like, hey, when am I getting my money? Moko's like, I'm sending men over, do not worry.
They will have your money. Wink, wink.
Did you just try to wink over the phone? No. But then a bunch of dudes come and try to kill Azul. It doesn't go well because all the prisoners have guns, and so does Azul. I don't. This isn't really explained. I'm pretty sure the prisoners were his friends.
Yeah, like it's something to where like he's like having an operation that's disguised as a jail, and they're not really inmates; they're actually the people working for him. So,
Which honestly, for a money laundering scheme, a prison is a pretty good idea.
yeah, it's the last place I'd look, honestly.
Oh no! Oh no! Your snitch was caught. Better send him to prison. Oh, you own the prison?
Right?
But so he gets a bit mad at his boss for trying to kill him. And he leaves with a guitar case that holds a bunch of weapons.
Yeah, because like
This will not be important at all.
Because what happened was he called him over the phone, but then like the boss called the henchman to make sure he was dead, and he's like, "Yo, I'm not dead, and here's what's gonna happen to you," and then just fucking executes the henchman over the phone. And he's like, "Oh well, okay," and just hangs up the phone.
Rude. This reception is terrible. But yeah, he leaves in his black suit with a guitar case. Cut to the mariachi in his black suit with a guitar case.
Can you see where this is going already, ladies and gentlemen?
The mariachi heads into town as he's looking for work, and also got a free coconut.
Yeah, he's like, "Hey, I got a free coconut. This town's great."
There's even a turtle. That's pretty rad. But he heads into town looking for work. He goes to one bar, and the bar is like, we already have a mariachi, and a guy with a synthesizer is his own mariachi, is like a one-man mariachi band. It isn't very good and uses Spy Kids humor.
Yeah.
So the mariachi leaves, but it also turns out Moko owns this place, and Azul comes in and basically kills everyone.
Except the bartender.
Except the bartender. Then we cut back to the mariachi. The mariachi finds Domino, a woman who also owns a bar, and is totally not connected to Moko. Oh shit, she's connected to Moko.
Yeah.
But he's like, can I have work? No. And Moko's men suddenly find the bar, and they're like, oh shit, 4 of our guys are dead. What does this guy look like? Well, he carries a guitar case and wears black.
Well, no, before he goes to the woman's bar, he goes to the hotel, yeah?
No, because he goes to a woman's bar, then checks into a hotel, almost gets killed, goes back.
I thought he didn't even... Is that what happened? I thought he didn't even go to the woman's bar until after he got attacked. Oh, no, you're right.
No, because he goes to her and is like, I just killed 4 guys.
Yeah, and she's like, I'm going to call the police, and then he gets out. Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay.
Spoilers.
Okay, sorry. My bad.
But yeah, they say, the boss says, look for a guy in black with a guitar case, because that can't possibly describe anyone else.
Yeah, right, that couldn't possibly describe anyone else in Mexico.
And it's not like Azul has a big-ass mustache that could also identify him, that our main character doesn't have.
Yeah, and he's a little taller than the main character, so you could say he's like, oh yeah, he's 6 foot something with a mustache. So you couldn't have said that.
Black with a guitar case.
Yeah, you couldn't have said that instead of just he wears black and carries a guitar case.
But needless to say, well, the goons start going around and like telling all the businesses, hey, if you see someone like this, call this number, we'll come in and shoot the shit out of the guy.
Yeah.
Otherwise he'll kill you. And our main character checks into a hotel that was told this message, and the person running the hotel is a real narc.
He's such a fucking narc.
4 dudes try to kill the mariachi, but luckily the mariachi's a badass and kills them. And like I said minutes ago, he goes back to the woman's bar. The woman's name is Domino, by the way.
Yep.
And Domino is like, I'm gonna call police. But what if, like, I was the hero? And he's like, well, you have a point. Go upstairs. I'll deal with you later.
Yeah, go upstairs. Don't touch anything.
And then one of the bounty hunters who didn't die in the shootout a few minutes ago comes in and is like, yeah, there's this guy. He's got a guitar case. He wears black, and the guitar case has guns in it.
And he killed 10 men, apparently. But wait a minute. He just said he only killed 4.
He only killed 4. Oh, sorry, I was wrong. There were 6 people at the bar, not 4.
You're good.
No, wait. Oh, the numbers came from the prison and the bar. That's why.
How am I doing better at math than you at the moment?
No, I forgot that it was counting the people in the prison.
It's all good.
Wait a minute. Okay, there were 3 in the prison. There were 4 at the bar, so that's 7. Oh, because only 3 guys died because the bounty hunters. Yeah, okay. Checks out. But that he's like, did anyone under that description come here? And she's like, mm-mm. So he leaves, and she goes upstairs and tries to cut off the mariachi's dick, thinking he is the person who murdered everyone.
Well, she holds it up against his throat first, and then she sees the guitar, and she's like, okay, player, I'll cut off your dick. Show me you're a mariachi.
Show me you're an actual mariachi. And then luckily he's able to play well. So that's good.
And she's like, hey, you can come work for me.
Okay, you could stay here and have a room at least. I can't really pay you, but yeah.
And he's just like, okay, well, if you pay me and, if you give me room and board and food and water, I'll be good.
Yeah, until I find actual work. She's like, you're not going to find a job here, but okay.
Yep.
To honestly speed this up, because it's not really complicated.
It's fine. I was just trying to pad out the time because we're 28 minutes, so almost half an hour. So this is only 15 minutes so far.
Well, it's only the summary, so.
Ha ha!
But basically, some more hijinks ensues between Azul and the mariachi. Like, they switch guitar cases, which stops Azul from being killed. The mariachi fights more goons. Finally, Azul comes back for his guitar case, but also is like, figures out Domino works for Moko, is like, take me to him. Before this, though. Cameron, are you still there?
I'm still here, bud.
Okay. We've been having internet issues, so if I ask that every once in a while, I apologize.
Yeah.
The mariachi was caught and brought to Umoko, and he's like, what the fuck? This isn't the guy I asked for. Well, you did only say he wears black and carries a guitar case. He's wearing black and carried a guitar case full of weapons. What do you want?
And then he strikes a match on him because it's a running joke.
For some reason.
I will test if that's
they're
actually
taking
possible,
Moko back. What?
I will test if that's actually possible.
Right now?
I mean, not now, but later. I have some free time tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a great thing to do while drunk at the moment.
Isn't it? Just like, because I have alcohol on my lips, nothing could go wrong striking a match and, setting flame to that.
Play with fire. That's what all adults say.
Remember, drunk Cameron says if you're drunk, play with fire.
Alcohol reduces pain, so the fire can't hurt you.
Exactly.
But they bring him back to town and dump him in the street, and during this, Azul kidnaps Domino and takes her to the boss. Moko kind of figures this out because there's another person who works at Domino's bar, even though he's clearly shot on a different set.
Yeah, like it's clearly an insert whenever he's shown.
And he figures out where Domino is and Azul are, and runs and tries to get there as fast as he can. I forget why the deal goes bad, because Moko is going to give him money. Is going to give Azul his money.
I don't think he was. I think he was just planning on no, because he was going. He was
No,
just planning
it's
on
because
killing him because
the boss figured what?
he was just planning on killing Azul just because he's like, oh well, I'm too far into this or something.
No, but he said like he was going to give Azul the money because he wanted Domino's life to be saved. But when she kind of admits that she's been with the mariachi,
Oh,
he's
you
like,
mean at
oh,
the end? Yeah, that's why. Because like literally, he's like, oh, I gave you all this and you left me for him.
for some mariachi, I wanted some fuck.
Yeah, pretty much.
And not the nice guy, drug dealer, shoots both of them. Well, shoots both Domino and Azul.
Yeah.
And the mariachi he comes in and Moko kind of just shrugs. It's like, sorry, it was just business. They both deserved it.
Yep.
Mariachi just not agree. Well, no. Then he shoots the mariachi in the hand so he can never play again.
Yeah.
And this kind of pushes him over the edge as he grabs a gun from Azul's car and shoots everyone. Well,
Yeah.
shoots the boss a shit ton.
Well, no, he doesn't shoot anyone else. He just shoots the boss in the chest. He's like, bang, 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 and just kills him dead.
And then everyone kind of looks around and is like, well, the boss is dead, so if we kill you, it's not like, it's going to help. And then mustache bounty hunter guy, a.k.a. Mexican Burt Reynolds.
Damn it! I was hoping we wouldn't drop that.
Oh, he totally looks like Burt Reynolds.
He does, because throughout the film we were joking, oh, this person looks like Mexican blank blank, because I joked that Moko looked like Mexican Sean Bean, and he's like, oh, look, the guy with the mustache is Mexican Burt Reynolds. He totally is.
But, I was about to say that. But yeah, basically, not Burt Reynolds. So it gives kind of this look of, yeah, we're cool, I guess.
I kind of love that they're like, well, yeah, he was kind of an asshole. I'll take over now. Okay, bye.
Later, and the mariachi, sad that he lost he was also in love with Domino. It was very important.
Yeah.
He takes Domino's pit bull and rides off into the sunset, planning to be kind of a better person.
Yeah.
And that was the movie.
It is really interesting how it kind of went with a little bit more of a downer ending than I expected it to. Because, this is a movie where the bad guys technically win.
Yeah, well, I guess they still lose because he's dead.
Well, they lose because he's dead, but, like, if Mariachi hadn't shot him, it's like, that's it, because he killed Azul and he killed Domino for betraying him. He won.
But then again, the mariachi wasn't supposed to be a part of this to begin with. It was all just misunderstanding and coincidence.
Yep. Yeah, and fucking at the end, he has the sick motorcycle, the pit bull, and the really cool, like, glove hand, like the metal hand, which was cool.
Yeah. To cover up his scar.
Yeah. But yeah, that was interesting that they went with that kind of ending.
I didn't expect that either. I expected maybe a big shoot up, but then remember it's $7,000.
I expected him to at least get the girl, but no, she straight up dies.
She's like super dead.
Yeah, she's super dead. Her and Azul gone. So yeah, I mean, it is a good setup to the mariachi character as well. So
yeah, and it is the same character, even though in the later movies he's played by Antonio
Banderas.
Antonio Banderas. I was mixing his first and last name in my brain.
Nice work, but
the thing I found out is the person who played the mariachi in this movie is in Desperado, but is not playing the mariachi.
Oh, that's so confusing.
I don't know if he's just a bit part but he is in the movie.
That's really confusing.
Bigger budgets, man. Bigger budgets.
I know. I'm just saying, yeah. So that was interesting. Man, reading about the behind the scenes and all that, it's just, it like we said in the beginning, it's just still really impressive what he was able to do on a $7,000 budget.
Really, apparently he did just go into like a small town in Mexico and said, "Who wants to make a movie?" And whoever said yes, were allowed to help.
Yeah.
And even knowing that, if none of them, I'm not 100% sure if none of them were like actors at some point.
Well,
But-
I have a little behind the scenes tidbit about that.
Okay.
But yeah, it says Rodriguez had a $7,000 budget, almost half of which he raised by participating in experimental drug testing.
This explains so much.
Right. But yeah, about the actors, it says the opening scenes feature a shootout in a jail. It was the local Acuna jail situated on the outskirts of town. Also, the female warden and the male guard were the real-life warden and guard.
Huh.
Rodriguez thought it convenient because it saved him the cost of hiring actors and renting clothing.
Yeah, for every actor in this, if they're just, off the street or actual actors, they all did a really good job.
Yeah, like for just local people hired, probably most of whom weren't even actors. Everyone did freaking fantastic, honestly.
Even the kid who's only in a few scenes, he does a pretty good job.
Uh-huh.
Actually, wait, what was the point of those dreams besides being That's So Raven?
It was probably just to be like, that's so Raven, and to add like some artistic merit to the film. Probably the other critics were like, ooh, what did that mean, or something. I mean, at a base level, really, the kid kicking around the soccer ball and like the soccer ball turning into his head and then him hanging out with the head, that was literally, I think, just simply supposed to say, hey, if you see this, it means death. Because then later in the film, he sees a kid kicking a soccer ball and is like, wait a minute, something bad is about to happen.
That's so right. Which, actually, going off that, this is kind of like Robert Rodriguez, just all of his normal movie tones jammed into one film because he hasn't been allowed to expand in either direction.
Yeah, you could tell because, like, obviously we want to do different things creatively, and this was only his first film, and he clearly couldn't wait to do both things, so he kind of just combined it into one in his first film.
Well, there's like three things. There's the over-the-top action film, there's the weird, very odd humor, sort of like Spy Kids, and then there's the artsy stuff that he does occasionally.
Yeah, just kind of all melded into one, and it just kind of honestly adds to the bizarre atmosphere of the film.
Yeah, bizarre but still fun.
Honestly, like, this film, especially for a low budget, it has kind of this like kinetic energy to it that you could tell like this was clearly low budget. Like in a lot of scenes you could really see the low budget, but it's like this clearly has heart put into it, so there was a lot of effort put into it.
Actually, the most low budget part is like the opening where you clearly see they didn't have a steady well, not that I would expect an indie project to own a steady cam, but like have anything to keep it balanced.
Yeah, like
it's just so bumpy and shaky.
There were shots where it was still, like I noticed a couple close-ups that were just still shots, probably where he just put it on something and then zoomed in. But yeah, like especially like the opening establishing shots, I can tell the outside of the jail was very shaky, like he was holding the camera trying to keep it still.
Yeah, apparently for a dolly they used a wheelchair at times.
It was just him sitting in a wheelchair with a camera and a person pushing him.
Which, that's kind of heartwarming on how low budget that is.
It really is. It's like he's doing the goddamn best with what he's got.
And I was actually really worried going into this that it was going to be sort of like a mumblecore movie where it's really cheap and there is still heart there, but you can feel the budget.
But yeah, because I was worried about that too for about the first, what was it, like 15 minutes or so? But when that first shootout in the hotel happened where the guards, or it was more of a chase scene really, but like when the guards were going up the stairs and chasing him through a hotel room, after that scene was over, I was like, wow, that was actually a really cool action scene. I'm impressed.
Yeah, it was really fun, and like the blood is pretty damn good even for the time, and
yeah,
it has this frantic energy, and still I want to call it like a realistic weight to it.
Yeah, like almost a very gritty tone to it, which like helps with the the low budget. We didn't have much, so we shot it more realistically because we couldn't really stylize it because we don't have that high of a budget.
Which I'll tell you right now, with Desperado, no, we're not keeping that gritty tone.
No, I'm sure. I'm so fucking excited for Desperado. Um, but yeah, the gore effects were really good, which I read were literally just condoms fixed over weightlifting belts.
How does that work?
I don't know. I think like condom like I think they were weightlifting belts. They put them underneath the actors, but I either that or I don't know how they even like sprayed blood. I don't know, man.
Well, because I'm assuming they pop it type deal.
Yeah, yeah, to actually do it, but like they probably had like a string or something and popped the end of the condom to spray the blood. So,
or maybe with the belt because you said they dropped something.
I assumed that because I saw weightlifting, but it says it was condoms fixed over weightlifting belts. So I'm assuming he had weightlifting belts under the shirts, and then he put condoms over that, and then pulled off the thing. So, because weightlifting belts, you put those around your waist to show, hey, I won a championship. So he probably like put those across the person's
I think
chest.
it's a different belt.
A weightlifting belt. Okay, there's a link to weightlifting belt. No, it's like it's a belt that you use to lift weights.
Yeah, but I'm not thinking it's a champion belt thing.
No. It's like a. Okay, you're right. Sorry, I've watched too much wrestling, man. Sorry.
Fuck, how do we segue off? We were doing so well.
We were talking about the blood effects and like low budget and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, like I know this is weird, but it seemed like a $10,000 budget or more with how good some of the action scenes are.
Yeah. Yeah, what he accomplished with like the gore and like how well it was edited and the different shots and everything. Because I read like he did use blanks, but they were only able to fire like one blank or something. So he did that by like filming the same shot from multiple angles and just cutting between them. Yeah. And actually, I read some point later, some of the guns were actually water pistols that were painted a different color.
No.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Because knowing that, the guns look good.
Yeah, no, the guns look great. So,
well, probably the only like actual gun prop was that I think it was the Mac 10 with a silencer.
Yeah, they used that quite a bit.
Well, it's on the poster too.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, that's kind of the Mariachi's signature weapon.
Yeah, it's just a generally well-made film for a super low budget, and probably the lowest budget film we've covered so far.
I would say so. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, no, really, really impressive. It's just the whole feel to the movie kind of has this low budget charm to it, because there's, like you said, with like mumblecore films, there's a low budget charm, but it kind of made it blew away my expectations because the action scenes were really well done. So,
honestly,
yeah. Up until that first shootout, I was worried, but no, man, good, very good. Robert Rodriguez, I hand it to you.
I stopped being worried like right after he killed the people in the prison. I was like, okay.
Yeah, honestly, how that was shot, like he killed people in the prison, like the bullets like falling in slow-mo on the floor. That was really cool.
I mean, the plot is super basic.
And there's a couple of things where it's like, okay, really, why are we going in this direction? But it's like, come on, he probably kind of winged it mostly. Yeah,
I mean, I think it is supposed to be a bit ridiculous. It's like, okay, there's two people who just happen to look alike and happen to have guitar cases.
And even then, they don't really look alike, which is funny. At least their face and all that, like they just wear the same clothes and have a guitar case. And they happen to have the exact same guitar case. It's not like a brown guitar case. It's a black one.
And also, you would think since Azul had been working with Moko,
Yeah, you would think that some of the henchmen would have seen
someone else
him.
would also know what he looks like.
Yeah, you would think, like, since he did business with him, some of the other henchmen would have seen him, like, go into the plantation or would have accompanied Moko to a deal or something like that. You would think they would have seen him before. But the fact that, like, Moko was the only one that had ever seen him, really?
Yeah, or also, like, they're like, he might change his face. Really?
Really?
He seems to want to know people. He wants people to know it's him.
Yes. He seems like the type of guy to know to be like, you know, I'm the one getting revenge on you, and you're gonna know that I'm the one getting revenge on you.
Or I want to see people run in fear when I come.
Yes. Like, kind of be like Azul be Batman. It's like, oh no, it's the Azul. Oh god.
And he's a brutal motherfucker. Like, that way he kills all the people in the bar, where, because, the bartender says, like, oh, what is this, Mariachi Day? We already have a player.
Yeah.
And everyone at the table, there's, like, 3 guys at a table, one went off to the bathroom, and they all laugh at him. He walks over, says, do you know Moko? Uh-huh. Do you get in contact with him? We're not going to do that. Hold this. Opens the guitar case, just shoots everyone, and then shoots the dude in the head for holding it.
Yeah, and then goes to the bathroom and kills the one guy. Well,
yeah, it's fucking brutal.
Yeah, you can tell that he's like, yeah, very very type of gangsta type person. So, yeah, no, all the characters were surprisingly well done. I really enjoyed it. Everyone was distinct.
Yeah, they were 3-dimensional enough for this story.
Yeah, and like it was obviously very simple. Like, you know, I love that they made fun of Azul's name. I think Domino was like, why is he even called Azul? He doesn't even wear a blue shirt.
Yeah, he wears red
because Azul is Mexican for blue. And then Domino was called Domino because she opened a case and had a bunch of dominoes in it. Get it?
I guess. I guess that's the reasoning.
Well, no, I think that was because literally, why would she open a case and it be full of dominoes?
Because they want to play a game and chess is too mainstream.
Okay.
Cameron.
Yes?
Can I pointlessly bring up my headshot list?
Sure.
Yay! Because this movie made me on the headshot list. Because I used to enjoy a YouTube series where it was like 100 movies, 100 headshots. And I like making lists on Letterboxd, so I'm making a pointless list of every movie with a headshot in it.
Yay.
It's over 400 right now. If you have recommendations, comment, or email or tweet.
If you want a link to it in the description, you can. If there's a movie that's not on there,
you think I'm not going to?
And if there's a movie that's not on there that you've seen that has a headshot, please comment.
Please do. I don't want to sit through all the Fast and the Furious movies or something.
No, man. Fucking shit. I was gonna say something, but I forgot. Sorry. Go on. Carry on.
I don't have anything else though. I wanted to bring you up.
Take this Mountain Dew can, just throw it against the fucking wall.
Why?
Reasons. Fucking. There was something else I wanted to talk about.
I believe in you.
Nope, that wasn't it. Is there anything else you want to mention, man? I'm hanging here. We're getting a little awkward.
But you said you had something, so I was waiting for you to say something. Because I am also surprised that the person playing the mariachi could sing pretty well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was him actually singing. Honestly,
there's no way with a $7,000 budget you could pay someone else.
Because, like, I read that he did record a lot of the sound. Well, actually, he didn't dub a lot of it, but he recorded probably, honestly, a lot of it on location. So I wouldn't be surprised if he just used the one guy's voice because it would have been cheaper than hiring an actual singer. So,
well, also just because it's dubbed out. Also, if a lot of it's ADR, that was good ADR.
Yeah. Because, like, I read that literally, like, they didn't have a clapboard, so the actors would just, like, motion with their fingers which scene it was and then, like, snap or something like that.
That's so that's so charmingly indie.
Right?
Like, I don't know how you couldn't just make one from two pieces of wood, but whatever.
Yeah, you could have just, taken like two pieces of wood. And actually, you could literally probably just take two sticks and go clunk, and then that's it.
Yeah, clang together.
Okay, yeah, it says, I just found the part I was looking for. It says he did not use synchronized sound. Instead, he shot the film silent, then recorded on-set audio so it could be synced in post-production. So he did use the on-set location, but he probably used he probably shot it silent just because you could have 15 minutes instead of 10. So it's more, film times to save more money. So
yeah, I will never miss film cameras.
Mm-hmm.
But film can last forever. I don't care.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Also, the use of improv was really interesting because there's a lot of scenes that were improv that I didn't think were improv, because it says
except for the one scene we did mention.
Yeah, where he's
I wonder if that was real.
Because he's walking by and then he accidentally hits the in a badass pose walking through the street, and then he accidentally clicks the gun on a telephone pole and then keeps going with it, and he kept that in the film. It says because the tortoise that crawls in front of him, that was not planned, believe it or not. So
adorable little tortoise.
Nice little tortoise. And similarly, the scene where where he goes and gets a coconut, the mariachi was originally supposed to buy a coconut, but Rodriguez actually forgot to film him paying the guy. So in the voiceover, he just had him say, "This town even has free coconuts. I love it." So
that's actually the whole reason it started. The hit was put out by the Coconut Man.
Right? He didn't give me his money.
He didn't pay.
I would love it if it was something that fucking petty as
he was the real mastermind all along.
What a twist. But yeah, honestly, really impressive film. I loved it, and it just had this charm to it. And like I said, just keeping the budget in mind, if you watch this movie, just keep in mind that this was only $7,000. Now, you might think, oh, that's a lot of money. No, for a film, that's nothing. That's
that is
literally nothing.
We covered One Cut of the Dead a few episodes ago.
Yeah.
Or almost a month at this point.
At this point, yeah. Because, it's 58, and that was 50, so over a month.
Yeah. But that was $25,000, and even that movie had some clear budget cuts.
Yes.
So this is... Well, I don't know what it would be with inflation. Maybe it's close, but still, it's super impressive what they got done with it.
For a major mainstream movie, even $5 million would be considered low budget in Hollywood. So $7,000 is fucking nothing. That would be what you would use to buy a single camera in a Hollywood production.
Fuck, I don't even think you can rent an Alexa for a week.
Actually,
with $7,000.
And he made a whole fucking movie on that. So just in comparison.
Honestly.
Yeah, but if you watch this, keep that in mind that this was shot for next to nothing. And it's and it's movies like this that are really encouraging in a way too, because it's me being a filmmaker and you being a filmmaker, sometimes I worry that oh, I'll get to Hollywood and they'll give me a really low budget and everything, but it's it's encouraging to see that when you have a really limited budget and no, he had no professional actors. It's what he was able to pull off just by, his own, willingness to make a movie. I'm going to make this movie. I'm going to make it good. And it turned out as good as it did. It's just really encouraging to me, at least.
Yeah, it's one of those films where it's a solid reminder of you don't need a whole team of set designers and visual artists and whatever to make a movie. You can have next to nothing and still make a very solid film.
Yeah, and it's I forget, I think it was Kubrick who said the first thing to do to become a filmmaker is just to get a camera, get some film, and because back then all they had was film, and just go out and shoot it. there you go. That's the best way to do it, is to actually just go out and do it. And that's what's really encouraging about it, is it's just like, we don't even have to be a major studio. Like a lot of films, like I know the first Paranormal Activity was shot just by a guy in his house. There's another one I was thinking of you told me about, but I forget. But like literally,
it was Tangerine, where it was all shot on iPhone.
That's it, where someone just literally shot it on their phone. And it's like, and it ended up getting like a studio picked it up, and it ended up getting a major release. It's like, that's a good place to start and to, get yourself into the industry. And it's like, it's just really encouraging in a way to see that's like, we could just do that for next to nothing, and then there you go. That could be our gateway into it. So,
yeah, and I was trying to think, like, as we're recording this, if I should call this a B action movie, but no, it's actually more solid than even a B movie. It's a great low budget little film.
Yeah. It's like the first Evil Dead in a way, where it's like you could tell it was really low budget, but it still has this just energy and charm to it that you can't help but it's be like, man, that was just a really solid film.
Just the amount of heart and soul that went into making something so fucking good.
Yeah, and then was Desperado his next film?
No, Desperado is a few years later.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it was his next. I actually don't know if it was.
Let me look that up.
His,
I have his filmography up here. No, it wasn't. Desperado was the third one. He made El Mariachi and then a movie called Road Racers. A made-for-TV film.
Okay, so his next theatrical film was Desperado.
Yeah, his next theatrical film. Then he went into some TV work. Probably like someone in television probably saw the film and said, "Hey, can you do a television show for us?" And he said, "Sure." But then, after his third film was Desperado. So and that was when he got a budget, because they probably saw like, "Oh, you did El Mariachi and Road Racers. Here, we'll give you a budget for this. Make it." So
El Mariachi, I made like $2 million from a $7,000 budget. Imagine if you gave me more.
Exactly, and that's how he got his foot in the door in Hollywood. So.
And also became friends with Tarantino. I think Tarantino shows up in Desperado, actually.
Because Desperado was 95, and Tarantino's, Reservoir Dogs, was that 92 or 94? When was that made? Because I think Tarantino, that probably the reason he gave friends is because he was fairly new at the
92.
time. 92. Because, he was also fairly new at the time, and, he worked with low-budget films. Because at that point in 95, he'd only done Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction, which was a massive hit. So...
And don't forget, there was the excessive foot shot in this movie.
Oh, yeah. Me and Justin looked at that and we're like, yeah, that's probably why Tarantino called him up. Hey, I really like that foot shot of the one chick jumping into the pool.
I mean, I like the blood. The blood was great.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the gore effects were fantastic, and what you did, yeah. But yeah, definitely very, very solid film. Highly recommended, especially if you like indie films or whatnot. I highly recommend El Mariachi.
Yeah.
Very solid film. So I don't even want to give it a number rating. I just think it's a solid film.
If you've seen Desperado and you decide, hey, I don't want to watch El Mariachi, it's such a low budget, it's worth it. Trust me.
Yeah, it's absolutely worth it. So.
And it's really short. It's less than 90 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 80. I think it's like an hour 20. That's it.
Yeah, so give it a look. It's short. It's short, sweet. Well, maybe not sweet, a bit bitter, but still really good.
Definitely. But yeah, so I think that's that, huh?
Yeah. But that means it's time.
So it's the short reel, right?
No. We're still on long. We are doing 4 from long movie, and then we go back to the short wheel for 4.
Okay. Is that what we said?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll go 4, 4, 4, 4, and keep doing that until this long movie wheel is done.
All right, so it is time.
Or I guess I should call it long series wheel.
Yeah, because it's movie series, not TV series. So this is the movie series wheel.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's time to spin wheel.
It's time to spin the wheel.
And you can actually record. Wait, are you on your Mac? Record on your PC.
You act like I wasn't setting up my PC the entire time we were rapping, fucker.
Thank God. I was worried because, like, I was like, shit, are you going to have that sound again? No.
And I don't know if it's going to spin as soon as I say spin, but we'll see. And oh nope.
Aw.
And spin. Ooh.
Ooh, what do we get?
We're gonna start with the first Mission Impossible movie.
Oh shit! Yeah. Oh, I'm excited to revisit that. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so and I can finally use that Blu-ray collection I got for
It's
so
so
cheap.
funny. We were just talking about that last night.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
well, next is either the first part of the strain or the second part.
It'll be the first part.
First part.
Yeah.
So next is the first part of the strain, and then we will talk about the first Mission Impossible, which Cameron has seen and I have not.
I've seen it multiple times, so this will be interesting. Yeah, because it goes. Because it. Excuse me, I'm not the siege operator. Because it goes Hannibal, Lock, Stock, Hannibal, Lone Wolf, and then the strain, and then Mission Impossible. So.
Yes.
But yeah, all right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for tuning into this episode of Cinema Roulette, and we will see you all next time.
I don't have a joke here. We're just going to cut now.
All right, well, let's fucking end it.